Good afternoon, dear students. I explain sonnet written by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. It is a sonnet expressing her deep love for her beloved Robert Browning, a prominent Victorian poet. Sonnet of 14 lines is formed to express passion and fascination towards Robert. So, it is the third sonnet among anthology of sonnets named the Sonnets from the Portuguese, a book first published in 1850. Elizabeth Barrett Browning has chosen this title to give the impression that she had over the Portuguese to therefore any controls to our this. It was dedicated poet Robert Browning. So this was dedicated to her husband. Then, dominated by her possessive father, Elizabeth Barrett Browning spent most of her time alone in her home. So, contrast in this beautiful sonnet is she was under the control of her possessive father and she spent a good part of her life in her home. So this really she was frail and sick woman who needed opium in an effort to cure her pain. So even she used to take opium in order to cure herself, to forget her physical pains, to forget her mental torture. She started using opium. This poem reveals even her personal life also. In her personal life, she suffered immensely because of her possessive father, because of her father's attitude. She could not find comfort at home, and she could not find comfort at home. At the same time, she illness also. To cure her illness, to avoid pain in her life, she started using opium. Then, her only consolation was poetry. So she found much happiness, pleasure in writing poetry. As she was fed up with her father's attitude and freedom, a kind of entertainment to her life through writing poem. So Elizabeth Barrett Browning అన్నటువంటి ఆమె హౌ డు ఐ లవ్ ది అన్నటువంటి పోయం రాయడం జరిగింది. దిస్ ఇస్ ద షార్ట్ పోయం ఆఫ్ హ్యావింగ్ ఓన్లీ 14 లైన్స్, 14 లైన్లు ఉన్నటువంటి దాన్నే మనం సానెట్ అంటాం. ఇందులో తనకు రాబర్ట్ బ్రౌనింగ్ పట్ల ఉన్నటువంటి ప్రేమని తెలియచేయడమే కాకుండా ఆమె వ్యక్తిగత జీవితాన్ని కూడా తెలియజేయడం జరుగుతుంది. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ అబౌట్ a sonnet called How Do I Love Thee. Then poetry at this she was very successful. She became a successful writer. She became a successful poet. Has chosen a right concept of writing poetry. So poetry అన్నటువంటి దాంట్లోనే ఆమె ఆనందాన్ని పొందుతుంది కాబట్టి she began to write poems, and that poems brought her immense fame in the society. ఆమె వ్యక్తిగత జీవితంలో బాధలు ఉన్నప్పటికీ ఈ కవిత్వాలు రాయడం ద్వారా ఆనందాన్ని పొందడం జరిగింది. అంతేకాకుండా ఆమె కవిత్వాలకి మంచి పేరు రావడం వల్ల షీ వాజ్ అ వెరీ సక్సెస్ఫుల్ పోయట్. దెన్ వెన్ రాబర్ట్ బ్రౌనింగ్ రెడ్ హర్ బుక్ హీ వాజ్ ఇంప్రెస్డ్. సో వెన్ రాబర్ట్ బ్రౌనింగ్ రెడ్ హర్ పోయమ్స్ హీ వాజ్ టోటలీ ఇంప్రెస్డ్ and wrote a letter asking her to meet him. So this is the way how both of them started moving closely with each other. సో ఆమె రాసినటువంటి కవిత్వాలను చదివినాడు ఆయన, ఎవరు రాబర్ట్ బ్రౌనింగ్. చదివి ఒకసారి కలవమని చెప్పినాడు. చూసి రాబర్ట్ బ్రౌనింగ్ బీయింగ్ an eminent poet of Victorian age, fascinated by the writings of Elizabeth Barrett Browning and asked her to meet him personally. So this shows credibility and greatness of Elizabeth Barrett Browning as a poet. The two fell in love and decided to secretly elope to Italy in 1846. What happened? Their intimacy became very strong. Both of them fell in love and they eloped to Italy in 1846. వాళ్ళిద్దరూ ప్రేమ వ్యవహారం నడిచి వాళ్ళిద్దరు ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళిపోయారంటే ఇటలీకి వెళ్ళిపోయినారు. Both Elizabeth Barrett Browning and Robert Browning, both of them decided to marry and they went to Italy in 1846. Then despite the father's resistance and anger, he ended up disinheriting his daughter. Even Elizabeth Barrett's Browning father felt very angry about their love affair and he ultimately decided to disinherit her from his property. ఆమె ఆస్తికి ఎటువంటి వారసురాలు కాదన్నటువంటి భావన కూడా వచ్చేసినాడు ఎవరు? ఎలిజబెత్ బ్యారెట్ బ్రౌనింగ్ వల్ల తండ్రి. సో వాట్ హ్యాపెండ్ డ్యూరింగ్ ఎలిజబెత్ బ్యారెట్స్ బ్రౌనింగ్ లైఫ్? she started finding solace in writing poetry. So her poetry became very, very popular. After reading the poems of Elizabeth Barrett Browning, Robert Browning immediately asked her to meet him. So their meeting, their association became very strong. Intimacy developed between them. One day both of them decided to elope to Italy. This made Elizabeth Barrett Browning's father extremely angry. So he disinherited her. Then Elizabeth and Robert exchanged hundreds of love letters. What is quite interesting is that both wife and husband, Elizabeth Barrett Browning and Robert Browning, exchanged hundreds of love letters. So their love letters clearly indicate their closeness, association, intimacy, deep love. వాళ్ళిద్దరి మధ్య ఉన్నటువంటి అమితమైన ప్రేమను సూచిస్తాయి. ఏమి సూచిస్తాయంటే వాళ్ళిద్దరి మధ్య జరిగినటువంటి ప్రేమ లేఖలు అన్నటువంటి. సో హియర్ what we need to understand is both of them understand each other, both of them trust each other, and both of them have got immense faith on each other. So this has made them an ideal couple, and that is the reason why we find a number of letters being written between Robert Browning and Elizabeth Barrett Browning. వాళ్ళిద్దరి మధ్య చాలా ప్రేమ లేఖలు కూడా జరిగినాయి. Over the 2 years from 1845 to 46, during the period from 1845 to 46, before the elopement to Italy, there were hundreds of love letters written by both of them. So 1845, 1846 మధ్య వాళ్ళ పెళ్లి కంటే ముందు there were number of letters written by both Browning as well as Elizabeth. In them you get a clear idea of just how much they adored one another. So when we go through each and every letter, we clearly understand. So deep love existed between them. So both of them have got, both of them were in deep love. That is, that we can find in each letter written by both of them. Take this expert from Elizabeth. Yes. Then Elizabeth was close to 40 years of age. So when she was 40 years of age, she broke free from the control of her father. So at the age of 40 years, just you can imagine, up to 40 years, she lived under the control of her father. So up to 40 years, how she spent her life? She spent her life under the control of her father. Only after getting 40 years of age, she was liberated. She got freedom. She got freedom to express. She got freedom to live independently. She got freedom to have association with other man. So nearly, you cannot imagine a lady living nearly 40 years under the control or under the dictatorship of her father. So what we understand from Elizabeth Barrett Browning life is that she got independence. Like a free bird, she moved out of her father's clutches and she began to lead independent life with the association of Robert Browning. The entry of Robert Browning in Elizabeth Barrett Browning life is an important event in the life of Elizabeth Barrett Browning. So as she felt that Robert Browning consoled her as well as shared her feelings and thoughts, this made them live together happily quite some time. You can imagine her pent-up strength of feeling and sense of relief. She went to give a birth to a son and was happily married for 16 years. So both of them got married and they were quite happily for 16 years. So both from at the age of 40, she became free. From 40 to 56 years, she enjoyed her life with Robert Browning. Both couple lived very happily and they shared their thoughts and feelings. They became an ideal couple. Unfortunately, what happened she died in 1861 after giving a birth to a baby. So in 1861, she passed away, leaving Robert Browning alone. So before her death, she gave birth to a baby. She gave a birth to a baby and left the world. So, How Do I Love Thee remains one of her most popular sonnets and which shows her emotional attachment with Robert Browning. So, this emotional attachment to Robert Browning is well expressed in her poem How Do I Love Thee, a short poem of 14 lines. It has a female narrator. Elizabeth Barrett Browning herself is a narrator, which was highly unusual for the time. So, in those days, it was not very popular to be a narrator belonging to a feminine community. Here we find Elizabeth Barrett Browning, freeing herself from, control of her husband. She expressed her, all her views about her personal life, about her intimacy with Robert Browning in a very good manner. So what we understand from this poem is that, both, you see, a poetry, adopting poetry as a vocation made Elizabeth Barrett Browning feel so happy in her life, and she achieved instant success as a poetess, because her themes are quite natural and very intimate. And you see, once we read her poem, what happens, there will be emotional attachment to her writings. That's why we find Robert Browning asking her to meet him personally. Their association, their meeting has become has become so important in the lives of both Robert Browning and Elizabeth Barrett Browning, that led to their marriage in 1846. Before that, both Robert Browning and Elizabeth Barrett Browning exchanged a number of love letters, and these love letters, when we go through these love letters, when we read these love letters, we can clearly understand what kind of relation existed between both these people. Robert Browning and Elizabeth Browning. Each letter clearly indicates or informs us the depth of love prevailed between them. So for instance, I will read one. Elizabeth, near the time of elopement, before her elopement, she wrote a letter in which she said, "For I have none in the world, no one in the world to take care of me, the world. Who will hold me? Who will take care of me?" You see, this clearly shows her anguish and agony, how she expresses, "No one in this world to take care of me, hold me to make me live in it." So no one made me happy to live, but entire my life tragic in the sense, except only you, dear Robert Browning. I can find solace in you. With you only, I can make my life meaningful and happy. I have come back to you for alone. I have come back to you. I would like to be with you. I am alone. Your association, your entry into my life certainly gives me pleasure. Certainly, makes my tired senses feel so happy. At your voice, so once I listen to your voice, I feel so excited. Once you appear before me, it makes me to feel so happy. So your entry, your association has given new lease of life for me at your voice, and because you have used for me, I have come back to live a little for you. I would like to continue my life. Earlier I was fed up with my life, but now I wish to live longer because you have entered into my life, made my life more secure, my life more interesting, and made my life more thoughtful, and made my life more happy. I have come back to live a little for you. I love you. So she again and again repeated the same sentence. I love you. I love you. It clearly indicates her willingness to be with Robert Browning. So I love you clearly indicates what she has lost in her earlier life. So earlier, a good part of her life was spent in isolation. Now she needs a company. She direly needs a company that ultimately or at last she found in the form of Robert Browning. So Robert Browning, a kind of hope for whom? For Elizabeth Barrett Browning. So these words, clearly, show, Elizabeth Browning's yearning for Robert Browning. I bless God for you. I always pray God for your sake. You are too good You are true gentleman. You are, I mean, you are a man of high values. You are a man of high values. I find pleasure in your presence. I find joy in your appearance. That is the reason I always say, I love you, I love you. So that's what we come across when we read a part of the letter written by, what can I say? Just I am reading a part of letter written by Elizabeth Browning to Robert Browning. You are too good for me, always I knew. So you are, I mean, right match for me. You are right match for me. It is you who can understand me. It is you who can provide me a new life. It is you who can take me to a better place. It is you who can, I mean, make me so happy in my life. From you only I desire, I derive pleasure. So she, I mean, her letters clearly indicates her, I mean, her deep love, her desire to have Robert Browning in her life. So in this, not only in this letter, but also How Do I Love the poem also, we also, I mean, we understand and we comprehend how much of love Elizabeth Barrett Browning had on Robert Browning. So the intimacy between them, the intimacy between two great poets is, I mean, everlasting. And moreover, the letters as well as her poetry reveal us, I mean, her tendency, her nature towards freedom of women. At the same time, what women desire in their life, also we understand in her short poem. So How Do I Love Thee is a prominent and popular poem which has made Elizabeth Browning a prominent poet of Victorian age. And even Robert Browning also appreciates her poetic talent and skill. And you see, I mean, we understand that these two poets, these two contributed a lot to the love poetry as well as, I mean, volumes of poetry to English literature. So this poem is so important, and you need to, I mean, understand each and every line of the poem and every verse of the poem. In case you find any doubt, you better make a call to me. This is about How Do I Love. This is a critical appreciation of the poem How Do I Love Thee. How Do I Love Thee is an intense expression of Elizabeth Barrett Browning's deep love towards Robert Browning. And you see how they associated together, how they eloped, and what happened between them from 1845 to 1846. Number of love letters also we come across. Then despotic attitude of her father, and ultimately her, I mean, Elizabeth Barrett Browning, I mean, securing freedom, finding a kind of relief, finding a kind of happiness in Robert Browning. And we come across all these things. They lived together for 16 years, and she died in 1861 after giving a birth to a baby. So this is about How Do I Love Thee. You better understand it. And this is, thank you very much.